Spiritual awakening is often portrayed as the ultimate liberation, the end of suffering, the dissolving of all burdens, the arrival of peace. But the truth is rarely so simple. Awakening is not just a beautiful sunrise, it is also a storm. It does not just reveal truth, it strips away everything false, and that process is not always gentle. Most people begin the spiritual path seeking happiness, thinking that enlightenment will give them a life free from pain and struggle. But awakening does not give you the life your ego wants. It destroys the ego itself. It's not a gain, it is a loss, a dismantling of all that you once believed to be real. And with that comes consequences that few talk about. Dark, painful, and sometimes terrifying side effects that can shake the very foundation of your existence. The collapse of identity. Who are you without your story? The first and perhaps most shocking effect of awakening is the collapse of identity. From birth, we are conditioned to believe in a personal story. I am this kind of person, I have these goals, I like this and dislike that. This story creates a sense of self, a feeling of continuity. But when awakening happens, this identity begins to unravel. Suddenly, the things that once defined you, your name, your job, your relationships, your past, no longer feel as solid. You realize that everything you thought you were is just a construct, a bundle of memories and conditioned patterns. The realization itself may feel liberating for a moment, but then a terrifying question arises. If I am not this person, then who am I? Some people experience this as a mild confusion. Others fall into a full-blown identity crisis, without a sense of self to hold on to. Even the most basic decisions, what to eat, where to go, what to do, can feel meaningless. The old motivations that once drove you disappear, and you may find yourself stuck in a void, unsure how to function in the world. The emptiness trap, mistaking detachment for liberation. As the ego dissolves, so does the emotional attachment to things that once seemed important. Career, relationships, ambitions, everything starts feeling insignificant. While this can be a relief in some ways, it can also lead to a dangerous state of detachment. Some people fall into what can be called spiritual nihilism, a sense that nothing matters. They withdraw from life, believing that since everything is impermanent, there is no point in engaging with the world. This is not true liberation. It is simply another trap. Detachment without wisdom leads to coldness, disconnection, and an inability to relate to others. A person stuck in this phase may stop caring about their relationships, seeing loved ones as mere projections. They may lose all ambition, mistaking laziness for spiritual surrender. They may even reject emotions entirely, thinking that awakening means being beyond love, joy, or grief. But the truth is, real awakening does not make you less human. It makes you more fully alive. It does not kill emotions, it frees them. Alienation, feeling like a stranger in the world. As awakening deepens, another painful realization emerges. You no longer see the world the way others do. You see through the illusions of society, through the endless cycles of fear and desire that control people. And yet, those around you remain unaware. You try to share your insights, but people either misunderstand or dismiss you. The conversations that once seemed meaningful now feel shallow. You feel like an outsider, no longer able to relate to friends and family the way you used to. Some people even experience social withdrawal, feeling isolated and alone in their understanding. This phase can be incredibly lonely. Some seekers develop a sense of superiority, believing they are awakened, while others are asleep. Others fall into frustration, feeling like they are trapped in a dream they can no longer escape. But this too is an illusion. The world has not changed. You have. The real challenge is learning how to integrate your realization without rejecting the very life you are meant to live. The physical side effects, when the body struggles to keep up awakening, is not just a mental shift. It is a transformation that affects the entire being, including the body. As the mind undergoes drastic changes, the nervous system, which has been conditioned for years to operate through stress, fear, and attachment, suddenly finds itself in uncharted territory. Many people experience insomnia as if their brain refuses to turn off. Others feel waves of anxiety, dizziness, or even physical pain. Some report feeling extreme fatigue, as if their body is shutting down to process the internal shift. This is because awakening dismantles deeply ingrained conditioning, and the body resists change. It takes time for the system to adjust, and without proper understanding, one might mistake these experiences for illness or even fall into panic. This is why grounding practices, such as meditation, yoga, or simply spending time in nature, become essential during this phase. The ego's last trick, the illusion of completion. Perhaps the greatest danger of all is the false belief that you are done. Many seekers, after experiencing profound realizations, become convinced that they have reached the final truth. They develop a subtle spiritual ego, believing they are now beyond suffering, beyond doubt, beyond learning. This illusion is dangerous because it stops growth. True awakening is not a single event. It is an ever-deepening process. The moment you claim to have arrived, you have already stopped moving. The ego, which was supposed to dissolve, simply shifts into a new identity. I am enlightened. This is why many spiritual teachers emphasize humility. The deepest realization is not about feeling superior. It is about seeing through all superiority, all identity, all clinging to ideas of self. Real awakening does not make you special. It makes you free. So what is the way through? The only way to navigate these dangers is surrender, not to an external authority, but to the truth as it unfolds. Awakening is not an escape from life. It is an invitation to live fully, without resistance, without clinging. It means embracing uncertainty instead of trying to define yourself. It means allowing the body to adjust without fear. And most of all, it means seeing that awakening is not a destination. It is the beginning of an entirely new way of being.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.